Right now, I'm going to show you how to create neon text in Photoshop from scratch. Hey Cafe crew, it's Colin Smith here from PhotoshopCafe.com. Right now, we're going to create neon text in Photoshop. So here we have a nice brick wall to put it against. Let's create some type. So we're just going to grab the type tool. And let's type in PS Cafe. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Just going to select it all and drag here. Let's make it nice and big. And position it. Now I want to change this to a font that is a neon font. So let's go click on our font menu and type in neon. Now I found this font called Neon Tubes 2. And I'll give you guys a link underneath to this font. All right, so I'm thinking we could put it about here. Should look pretty good, or maybe a little bit lower. Let's put it a little lower. Right there is going to look nice. All right, what we want to do is zoom into 100%. So just double click the magnifying glass and then just hit the space bar and this will enable us to scroll. So what we want to do is we want to make this a neon color. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to apply some layer effects to it. So with our layer selected, go down to the layer styles where it says effects, click, and then we're going to start with color. So let's choose color overlay, and this is going to get us into our dialog box where all our settings are. So the first thing for the color overlay is I'm going to set this to white. I probably could have just created white text in the first place, but it doesn't matter. So now what we want to do is we want to give this a color, a neon color. So we're going to choose the inner glow and click on it to bring up its options. And what we want to do is choose a color. So on the color picker, just choose a nice neon blue. Choose whatever color you want. It could be yellows, pinks, whatever you want. And I'm going to take it to about here. And let's see how this looks. Now, the first thing I need to do is change this from screen to normal blend mode. And see how we start to see the color come through. Let's increase the size here, just so we can see where it is. And let's turn the opacity all the way up. Now you have two options, center or edge. We're going to use edge. Center is good if you want to put a color in the middle. And let's play around with our size here. We're going to take it down a little bit. And see what's happening here. We're starting to get this little neon color around the edges of our type. That's great. But what we need now is we need a glow. So let's go down to outer glow. Turn it on, activate it. And let's give it a bluish color. So let's just click on here, choose a color we want, and we might change this later. Let's go to normal blend mode. Let's turn the opacity all the way up, and let's increase our size. All right, so this is giving us our glow around the outside of it. See that? If you want it larger, choose spread, and that might look pretty good. Let's bring the opacity down just a little bit. Okay, so we've got this kind of a haze. But what we need is another glow on the inside, which is going to give off a kind of a little bit brighter color. Now notice that there's only one outer glow. What we can do though is we can cheat. We can create a drop shadow, and we can use the drop shadow as an outer glow. In fact, it works very similar if we set our distance to 0. Let's choose a color. Give it a little bit of blue, but not much blue. Let's make it mostly white. Click OK. And now watch what happens if we turn our opacity up. And now we increase the size. This is going to give us a little bit of a one around there. I also need to put this into normal blend mode. There we go. See how it starts to glow? And let's look at this before and after. There's the drop shadow. So let's bring the size down just a little bit and increase our spread. as we increase the spread, see how it makes it thicker? Let's make it a little bit thicker. Not too much. A little bit there, and now let's start soften it with the size, and notice a little bit goes a long way with that. And let's just adjust the opacity. All right, great. We're starting to get that glow now. And if you look, we've got our neon tubes are going. What we want to do now is we want to just give this a little bit of a glow around the area. So let's go down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a selection. Let's just grab our rectangular lasso tool and just go around that area. That's close enough. And then what I want to do is feather this. So let's choose select, modify, feather. And let's go really big on this. I'm taking this to 177. And then what it's going to do is it's going to create a big soft edge around there. So now we're going to go in and we're going to grab a curves adjustment. So let's go under our adjustment layer, choose curves, and now in the curves we're going to brighten it up. This is our midtone. We want to go a little bit higher than our midtone and pull this up. Notice what it does is it lights it up around that area. That's great. Now it's only going to fill the area here where we applied the mask. So if we look at this before and after, notice it doesn't change anywhere here. It's just changing this glow. And if you wanted to do a little bit with the color, we could. Let's go to blue. Let's boost our blue a little bit because we've got that bluish color coming. And then why don't we reduce the red? Pull that down a little bit and see how we're reducing the red. And that's allowing some of that blue to show through. And one of the neat things about this effect is that we can change it at any time. Just grab our type tool, select our type, change it to something else anytime. All right, guys, so I'm curious, did you learn anything this week? If you did, let me know in the comments underneath. And also, what would you like to learn next week? Let me know. And by the way, if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on all notifications. You'll get a new tutorial from me every single week. And by the way, guys, if you like this, smash the like button into dust. And until next time, I'll see you at the cafe.